You see, we've spent a lot of time on this YouTube channel talking about Pittsburgh Penguins hockey figures, from Super Mario, Mario Lemieux, to Sidney Crosby during the Winter Classic back against Buffalo. So why not top it off with yet another Pittsburgh Penguins hockey figure review? This is the Evgeni Malkin Imports Dragon 2019 Penguins vs. Flyers Stadium Series figure. And what I wanted to do today on Ice Hockey POV was give y'all a pretty interesting look to this figure. Let's dive into the colors, talk about the getup, the result of the game itself, because the 2019 Stadium Series was played in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it featured a Flyers overtime victory, 4-3, over the black and yellow Pittsburgh Penguins. Malkin is a guy that suited up in this game, and he actually scored himself a goal, giving Pittsburgh a 3-1 lead early in the third. But unfortunately, the Flyers bounced back. They tied it up and then won in overtime. This Imports Dragon figure was released shortly after that event. It was during the 2019-20 transition year when they made a Malkin figure, and then I believe it was a Jakub Voracek as well in the Philadelphia orange and black colors. It was a really cool jersey matchup between the bright orange and black Flyers team and the dark black and bright yellow Penguins team. Unfortunately, this Malkin figure doesn't really look all too much like him. As with many of the Imports Dragon figures that they made for NHL players, many of them just don't really hit the likeness on him. Sure, you can tell from the jersey getup and from the numbers it is Malkin, but the actual sculpt of the face leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. But they do have a cool little mustache on it. They've got the detailing on the helmet, 71 Bauer, nice black and yellow design. You've got the Stadium Series jersey patch right there, although mine is a little bit scuffed up, unfortunately. There's a bit of a chip on the paint. NHL logo right on the front there, Pittsburgh Penguins decal, and then a smudge of whatever that is underneath Malkin's chin. You also have yourselves the bright yellow coloring, Malkin 71, the nameplate, and the Adidas logo. That carries over onto the arms, the bottom of the jersey, and then the socks themselves. No real detailing on the socks, unfortunately. One of the things that I liked about the McFarlane figures is that they had a lot of really good sculpt work on the socks and the pant leggings, but you didn't really get that much out of Imports Dragon. Maybe the pants. There's a bit of padding there, and you can see the Bauer and Pittsburgh logos. But ultimately, this is a really cool shelf pleaser. You have the skates on the bottom. I actually removed the pegs for display purposes, just because with my figure display at home, it's a little easier to display Malkin upright if he doesn't have those stands at the bottom. I kind of have a big collage going on. Maybe we'll showcase that off on the channel at some point. Malkin's missing his stick. I took the stick and I gave it to somebody else, but you can see the nice Bauer gloves on there. Really cool sculpting work and detail on the hockey gloves. And of course you can tell that Malkin is in some sort of a protecting the puck kind of pose. He would have the puck on his backhand with somebody coming up from behind. That seems to be the pose that a lot of these Imports Dragon figures took on during this era. And Malkin is no different. So with all that said, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel about this Evgeni Malkin Imports Dragon 2019 Stadium Series figure? Thoughts on the colors, thoughts on the getup, thoughts on the decals, and thoughts on that Malkin face sculpt. I still don't really see it much, other than the shape of his head. There's a lot to be desired with that look, but ultimately, Imports Dragon no longer has the NHL license for a reason, right? Thoughts in the comment section below. This has been Ice Hockey POV. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, I'll see you.